last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
Hi Michael, so just wanted to run through a few details of your Maul lightsaber. It's all finished. Thing of beauty, I'm sure you'll agree. So fully removable chassis, profi board inside. You've got a recharge port underneath the kill key there. So for normal use, you won't need to open it up at all, but the chassis is fully removable if the need ever arises. I'll run you through that in a minute. So to get it going, simply pull the kill key. And then you've got the little anodized plug that goes instead of the kill key to match the main red button. So that just screws in there. So main button, aux button, and then these are both dummies. So it's a modified SA22C button setup. So short click to light it. You've got our 2 accent LEDs. Now the way I program these, the rear one is always red. The front one changes colour with the blade. I'll come back to that in a second. You've got all your character quotes as well.
Such weak flesh.
As I say, I've designed it, I've set it up so that you shouldn't need to open it up, so you can control the volume without having to open it up.
Entering volume menu.
And then aux is down. Main is up.
Maximum volume.
And then 1 second hold.
Exiting volume menu.
Come out of the volume menu. So let's pop a blade in. Now, the screws on the back, there's 2 Allen keys supplied with it. One for the cover tech, which you'll need to take off if you're ever taking the chassis out, and then a smaller one does the that's the chassis retention screw in there, and then that one is blade retention. I'll just nip up the blade retention. Yeah, it's all in there. Now, I've loaded up with your fonts, so you'll also get this list, which is all the fonts that I include, plus all your fonts that have been added. There's the default colours, and there's all the blade colours that you can select. There's also a sheet showing the effects and everything that are programmed into each preset. Now, because the fonts you have are all basically Maul fonts, it was a bit difficult to know which one you were on, so I've made up font idents for each one, so when we change it,
Menace V2. Case of Crimson Menace. Lance of Maul Excelsior.
So it just helps you navigate your way around the saber a little bit easier. As mentioned before, you can also change the blade colour on the fly, and the front button will follow it. So hold main, click the aux.
Entering color change.
You can see that front accent is changing colour to match it.
Exiting color change.
So now that's locked in. So even if you change fonts into another font, cycle through, that orange will stay with that preset until you change it. So it stores any changes that you make. So also included with it is our magazine, the Sabrist, which has all the instructions, a load of features in there, but has all the instructions about the button setup that I've set it up with. There's also, if you look on the, hang on, let me take the blade out, it'll be a bit easier to handle it. Oops. Before I smash something off a shelf or whatever. So if you look on the pommel there, you can see all those tiny holes. Included with it are, you see these tiny little jewels in there. The idea is they glue into those tiny holes, but I didn't put them in because I thought the holes made for better sound venting. If you ever want to get a microscope and do them, they are really tiny, but they're there anyway. So to get the chassis out, should the need ever arise, I won't do now, but it's easy to do. unscrew the cover tech, and then unscrew, take all those out, and loosen chassis retention, and obviously take the pommel out. And then what you would do is take this tool, which I'll include with it, and that basically slots in there and then pushes the chassis through and out of the emitter. And then for putting it back, there's a piece of blade tube which you'd use to push the chassis back in from the front. There's a shoulder, so it can't go through too far, it'll stop at the right place. The only alignment you'll have to do when you refit the chassis is, if you can see the charge port in there, you'll need to sort of align that so that it sort of aligns with the spine of the hilt. It's not, there we go. So yeah, that's the only sort of alignment that you'll need to do. The LEDs are all fixed to the chassis, so there won't be any wiring left in the hilt when you take the chassis out. So yeah, that's what else is included. I think that's about it. Let me get this back in. And oh yeah, the only other thing is there's a grey kill key which goes just as a spare, which comes with the chassis. So yeah, it's all included. Magazine, fonts list, it's all there. Enjoy.